بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. This is our program Spirit of Values and this is Dr. Tariq Rashid. In this episode we will continue what we have started in the last episode of knowledge management, where we defined the concept of knowledge being a process in which it started with the data that we have. By data processing we get the information, the accumulation of information, we get the knowledge, then by this knowledge, the accumulation of knowledge from all the experts, from all the employees, and our policies, we define the case of wisdom. Let's continue with the concept of knowledge management, the systems, the idea how can we share and capture the knowledge. So we'll start by discussing externalization and internalization. By externalization, we mean involve converting the tacit knowledge into explicit one from words, concepts, and visuals. And this is done by top management and by managers of units to share their knowledge that they have with the employees in order to create an excellent knowledge management inside any organization. Internalization is the conversion of the explicit knowledge into tacit knowledge, and this is what we call the traditional method of learning. Now, knowledge sharing is a very, very important step in knowledge management, and it is the process through which the explicit or tacit knowledge is communicated to other individuals. It's a must to communicate the knowledge for all employees in the organization. This effective transfer would help to achieve our goals. Knowledge is shared and note recommendation based on the knowledge. It may take place across individuals, groups, departments, or the whole organization. And there should be some programs in each organization for knowledge management sharing. Knowledge management sharing is very important. One issue in the old method of management, the bureaucratic management, that top management or expert people, they don't like to share their knowledge. You know, they are afraid of losing the position, but we have to share our knowledge. If we want to create the second layer, the third layer, we maintain the business continuity, knowledge should be shared by all the top management, the managers, in order to create an environment that accelerate the achievement of goals and objectives. Now, direction and routines. Direction refers to the process through which individuals possessing the knowledge direct the action of another individual without transferring to that person the knowledge underlying the direction. And the routines involve the utilization of knowledge embedded in procedures, rules, and norms that guide future behavior of all employees. Now, what are the mechanisms of knowledge management? Knowledge management mechanisms are organizational or structural means to promote knowledge management in the organization. Examples of knowledge management mechanisms include learning by doing, especially for jobs that need application. So learning by doing, and the managers supervise what is being done in order to ensure. For example, in IT, in engineering, in departments where we have actions, we have to go for what we call learning by doing. Then on-job training, and this is directed by supervisors, head of units, on-job training to maintain that the knowledge is there and it's transferred to others. Learning by observation is another technique, and face-to-face meetings with help always to transfer the knowledge, to discuss the issues within the organization. Now, knowledge management technology. As I mentioned, the world is moving quickly towards the digitalized market. Now, the jobs of future include robotics, what we call now RPA, robotics process automation, artificial intelligence, big data, data management, cybersecurity, virtual reality, augmented, all of these in a world of high acceleration towards technology. Knowledge management technologies should support such issues, including the artificial intelligence of technology, in order to create the knowledge as well as to use the knowledge electronic discussion groups, computer-based simulations, database, decision support systems. All of these will help to share the knowledge through using the technology. Sometimes we go for virtual meeting, the VR, augmented reality. All of these are technologies that can support the system of knowledge management. Again, also, knowledge management systems, these utilize a variety of mechanisms and technologies to support the knowledge management process. We have knowledge management discovery systems. How can we discover the knowledge in our employees, then to share it? And knowledge management capture systems, sharing systems, as well as application. At the end, we need to apply the knowledge we have. By application, we ensure we are achieving the objectives of our organization. What discovery systems we have for knowledge? We have lots of discovery systems that can help to capture the knowledge and get it. So this is the system that support the process of developing a new tacit or explicit knowledge from data, information, or from the prior knowledge. Support two knowledge management sub-processes. Combination, which enabling the discovery in the new explicit knowledge. Socializing would enhance also the discovery of the tacit knowledge. The capture systems that we are discussing support the process of retrieving either explicit or tacit knowledge that resides within people or organizational entity. Technologies can also support knowledge capture systems by facilitating the external and internal processes. Knowledge sharing systems is very important that will support the process through which the explicit or implicit knowledge is communicated to other individuals. We have to communicate our knowledge to the newcomers for the organization. This will help creating an environment for perfect achievement of goals because we are sharing the knowledge that we have. Discussion groups, chat groups facilitate also knowledge sharing by enabling the individuals to explain their knowledge to the team, to the rest of the group. This will help achieving all issues. Then we go for application system. At the end, why do we have the knowledge? Just to keep it in our minds? No, in order to share it. By sharing the knowledge, by applying this knowledge, we ensure achievement of our goals. So knowledge management application systems support the process through which some individuals utilize knowledge processed by others without actually acquiring, learning that knowledge. Mechanisms and technologies should support the knowledge application system by facilitating routines and direction. Also, the knowledge management mechanisms facilitate the direction, which include traditional hierarchy relations in organization, help desks, support centers, all of these, and mechanisms supporting routines include organizational policy, work practice standards. All types of knowledge we have in this organization should be shared, transferred, and then used in applications. Technologies, these are the supporting direction, include expert knowledge embedded in expert systems. We have to use technology to maintain the knowledge, to share the knowledge, distribute the knowledge, and be the base for our decisions. And just to get an idea of the decision process, we have what we call the decision triangle. In the decision triangle, we have three main issues. The first is what we call decision making, DM. By decision making, we mean we should transfer the data into information, and this is by processing the data. Then we get knowledge, which is the accumulation of the information in a subject matter. Then we have the wisdom, which is the accumulation of all the knowledge in the experts, in the mind experts of this organization. This is the first step in the decision, which is called decision making. But then we go for what we call DT, decision taking. By those who use the knowledge, they should take the decision based on the information. Then we go for what we call decision implementation, which would be implemented by teams or individuals who have a certain skill to use this decision. So at the end, we are using whole issues to facilitate the decision making and to support the achievement and implementation of our objectives. And technology is really an excellent method to facilitate the routines and the expert systems and to transfer all issues. Now, the infrastructure is the whole issue that we have a good database. Do we have a good database? Do we have a digitalized database infrastructure? So it also includes what we call the managerial infrastructure. The managerial infrastructure include our organizational culture. What are the set of values we are using? What is the organizational structure? And nowadays, all organizations are moving from the hierarchy organizational structure into the flat one. To accelerate the process, we have what we call community of practice. Best practices is very important. Information technology infrastructure with an excellent database and the common knowledge that should be there in our organization. Our organizational culture include all the norms, the beliefs, the values that guide the behavior of the organization members. It's our culture. Attributes of enabling organizational culture include understanding of the values, knowledge management practices, management support for knowledge management at all levels, incentives that reward sharing the knowledge. Whenever knowledge is shared, we have to thank people and give incentives in order to continue such a process. And by this, we get what we call organizational maturity, that we are growing, we are achieving our objectives by this. And the organizational structure, a hierarchy structure of the organization affect the people with whom individuals interact. And now the world is transferring from hierarchy OS, organizational structure, into flat one to accelerate the process of decision because the customers need rapid solutions. Organizational structure can facilitate knowledge management through community of practices as well as can facilitate knowledge management through specialized structures. And the information technology infrastructure, which is the IT, include the whole data processing, the storage, the communication, the technology used to enhance the availability as well as the sharing of the knowledge that we have. One way of systematically viewing the IT infrastructure is to consider the capabilities it provides. It's important the aspects of richness, depth, and the reach to knowledge. This will help actually to transfer the knowledge. We live in a digitalized market. We can use the technology to share the knowledge for all the employees we have. And the common knowledge then is the organizational cumulative experience in comprehending a category of knowledge and activities. Common knowledge will help enhance the value of individual experts, and this will mean a better achievement for the level of the individual as well as the level of the unit, the department, then the organization. And in such a case, we go through what we call maturity of our organization. By maturity, how much we are achieving progress. And they found that knowledge should help in the growth of the organization. So it's like this. As years go, our organization should grow in its knowledge, in its learning, in its experience. By this, we are growing in a market that will not be able to understand any company that just going constant like this. So maturity level and achievement depends on the knowledge that is there in the individuals and the experts' minds transferred to all employees. The physical environment is actually the buildings, the offices. How is the environment in this organization? The separation, location, all of these, size of office, type of the office, and the number, all of this include the physical environment. In a study in 1998, they found that most employees thought they gained most of their knowledge related to work from informal conversation. So let's allow informal conversation between our employees, between our managers, in informal meetings. This will help to share the knowledge, to increase the knowledge, and in such a case, we are growing and maturity of our organization is achieved. And here we recommend that organization apply what we call the brainstorming sessions. In a brainstorming session, we usually sit with the employees and management, and there are governing rules in brainstorming sessions. In these sessions, we start first with the topic. What topic we are discussing? We start with this topic by sharing our ideas, by allowing each one to express his or her idea about the subject matter will help to reach a common understanding. And always we recommend that we apply brainstorming sessions in our organization to help sharing the knowledge, to be able to get maturity level. This is highly recommended, and usually we have the team roles we defined in a previous episode. What are the 9 roles of a team? We should have the expert, the guy with the creative mind, the implementers, those who are very social, a team leader. All of these will help in a good brainstorming session, and we use the concept of mind maps to set the idea that we are sharing. And by a mind map, we mean the following. We start at the middle of the paper, so we can go like this, and then sit here the subject we are discussing. For example, if we are discussing communication, we put communication like this. Then whatever idea we have, we start writing on the mind map until we end with lots of ideas. This will summarize lots of issues concerning communication. For example, types of communication, causes, facilitation, problems, etc. All of these will help to enhance the concept. So using mind maps in a good brainstorming session will ensure that we are managing the knowledge, we are using the knowledge for the benefit of all employees in the departments and the organizations. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.